Hey there! Welcome to Let's Talk Easy English, the podcast where we make English simple, fun, and full of real stories. So sit back, relax, and let's talk easy English together.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Talk Easy English, the podcast where we talk about life, love, and everything in between, all in simple, natural English. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Mia. Today we're diving into a big question that most of us have faced. Why do people fall out of love?
Yeah, it sounds a bit heavy, right? But come on, we've all been there. One day it's, I can't live without you, and the next day it's, seen 2 hours ago.
That's so true. Love can fade quietly, and sometimes we don't even realize it's gone until it's too late.
Exactly. So let's talk about why that happens, and maybe how we can keep love alive a little longer. Part 1, the beginning and the change. So Mia, let's start from the beginning. When people first fall in love, everything feels perfect. Why does that magic eventually fade away?
I think in the beginning, we fall in love with possibility. Everything is exciting, new, and full of curiosity. But after a while, we stop exploring. We stop asking questions. We think we already know the other person.
So you're saying love doesn't die, curiosity does?
Exactly. Curiosity keeps love alive. When you stop discovering, everything starts to feel predictable.
Yeah, like watching the same movie over and over, even if it's your favorite. After the 10th time, you just want to skip some scenes.
That's actually a perfect metaphor for long-term relationships.
Okay, so curiosity fades, but can we do something about it?
Of course. We just have to choose to stay curious. Ask new questions, try new things, see your partner as someone who's still changing, because they are.
That's deep. So basically, love needs updates, like an app.
Like an app, exactly. If you don't update, the connection crashes.
Part 2, emotional distance. Let's talk about emotional distance. Sometimes people still live together, but they feel miles apart. Why does that happen?
It usually starts when communication becomes shallow. You stop talking about feelings and start talking only about schedules. Like, did you buy milk? What time's the meeting?
Yeah, I've heard that the love talk becomes logistics talk.
Exactly. And when that happens, emotional intimacy fades. You start feeling lonely inside the relationship, which hurts more than being single.
That's true. Loneliness in love is the worst kind.
Right. And most couples don't address it. They just ignore it until they start looking for emotional connection elsewhere. Not necessarily cheating, but maybe through friends, work, or hobbies.
So, what can people do to fix that?
Be honest. Say, hey, I miss us. Simple words, but powerful. Because sometimes people just need to be reminded that love still exists, even if it feels quiet.
That's real. I miss us. I like that. Short, but meaningful. Part 3, the role of expectations. Okay, next question. Do you think unrealistic expectations kill love?
Absolutely. Most people don't fall out of love with their partner. They fall out of love with the idea they had about them.
Wow. Say that for the people in the back.
Seriously, we all create a version of our partner in our heads. Perfect, romantic, understanding. But reality is different. People have flaws. And when we finally see those flaws, we think, you've changed.
When actually they didn't change, we just finally saw them clearly.
Exactly. Love requires seeing someone's flaws and choosing them anyway.
That's mature love, not butterflies, but acceptance.
Yes, but sadly, not everyone is ready for that kind of love.
True, people want the movie version, not the real life one.
Right, but real love isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet. like making coffee for someone every morning.
Ah, that's cute. But what if I burn the coffee?
Then that's love with extra flavor.
Part 5. Losing yourself. Here's something I've noticed. Sometimes people lose themselves in love. They give too much, and then they start feeling empty.
Yes, that's a big one. When you stop being you, love turns into dependency. You start expecting your partner to fill all your emotional needs, and that's impossible.
So, love should add to your life, not replace it.
Exactly. Two people should walk side by side, not one hiding behind the other.
That's beautiful. But sometimes we only realize we've lost ourselves after it's too late.
That's why self-love is so important. If you love yourself, you won't demand your partner to carry your happiness for you.
Right. It's not their job to fix you, it's their job to walk with you.
Exactly. Love should be teamwork, not therapy.
Part 6. Humor and real talk. All right, but what about when people say the spark is gone?
Ah, the famous spark. I think the spark doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. At first, it's fire. Later, it becomes warmth.
That's poetic. You sound like a Hallmark card.
I'll take that as a compliment.
But it's true. Long-term love feels different, quieter but deeper.
Yes, passion is nice, but peace lasts longer.
So love isn't dying, it's just growing up.
Exactly. It's like going from fireworks to candlelight. Less noise, same light.
Wow, you're good at this. Should I be taking notes?
You definitely should, especially if you want to stay in love next time.
Part 7. Can love come back? Here's a question everyone wonders. Can people fall back in love after falling out of it?
Yes, if both people want to. Falling out of love isn't always the end. Sometimes it's a pause, a signal to rediscover each other.
So, how do you start again?
Start small, talk again, laugh again. Remember what made you fall in love the first time. Love doesn't return through grand gestures, it returns through small, consistent kindness.
That's beautiful. So, it's not about finding a new person, it's about seeing the same person with new eyes.
Exactly. Love is a decision you make every day, not a feeling you wait for.
Outro. Wow, that was deep. So, Mia, final thoughts. Why do people fall out of love?
Because they stop growing together. They stop listening, laughing, and choosing each other every day.
That's so true. But the good news is, if you can learn why love fades, you can also learn how to keep it alive.
Exactly. Love isn't about perfection, it's about presence.
Beautifully said. All right, everyone, thank you so much for listening to Talk Easy English.
If you enjoy this conversation, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with someone you care about.
And remember, whether you're in love, out of love, or just figuring it out, you're not alone.
We'll see you next time, right here on Talk Easy English.